July 4th, and we have hit our summer here in northern Minnesota. We start off this summer with fireworks, and we transition into the serenity of blooming flowers throughout our Northland forest. Come along with us for this ride into summer in the Northland 2025. Can get a little bit overgrown from time to time. Some of these trails I like to take up here. I'm being inundated by a bunch of deer flies flying in the window. But this is areas that were bare just 2 months ago, not even that, 6 weeks ago. Now they're getting well overgrown. This is gonna be tricky. I gotta go across this little culvert. It's getting washed out a little bit. But yeah, some of the adventures here. Going around, seeing what I can see. the backwoods of northern Minnesota.
I started doing this here, there was a hawk up there that I was going to try to get, but apparently he saw me take the camera out of my pocket. But yeah, you can see a bunch of stuff just stopping and looking around. Okay, now I'm on a different trail. It parallels, looks like the Stony River. And we're really getting into some area burned out with the Greenwood Lake fires.
There you are. Here we are. This is kind of a sad moment because we're recording on Labor Day, September the 1st, 2025, and it's over. Summer is over. You blink and you miss it up here in northern Minnesota. I was just shooting some photos back down the road. Autumn colors already. Here we go. This is a tough way to end it. We started with fireworks on the 4th of July, and now on September the 1st, looks like we're done. That's a good thing. Next chapter coming soon. Autumn in the Northland. You see, I'm swatting mosquitoes. They didn't give up on summer, but the rest of us have. Because we're looking at freezing temperatures coming up within about a week or so. Or not. All depends on who you believe. I want to thank you for watching this long. Taking a look at what we have here in the Northland as far as summer. It's short, like other things. Ran, quit eating rocks. Like her attention span. That's what I was talking about. Nothing else. Dirty mind. Anyway, we're done for the summer. Coming up next, autumn in the Northland. Hope you enjoy what you got to see. Certainly don't last very long. The black-eyed Susans are starting to fade. And the cooler temperatures are starting to come in. We turn our attention to what's coming next. We can see the early signs here already. Oh yeah, autumn's on the way. It won't be long now. We actually have temperatures that are going to be close to freezing, as I understand. And today is actually Labor Day. So within the next week, we're really going to accelerate the changes. But the changes, they're already here.